Welcome to today's study. Today we're looking at Haggai chapter 1, verse 4. Does the Lord's house lie in ruins? Haggai chapter 1, verse 1 through 15 was about 400 years before Christ. Judah was taken captivity into Babylon. Jerusalem and the temple were plundered and burned. 70 years later, the Jews were allowed to return. It was the Lord's intention that the Jews rebuild the temple. God stirred up Cyrus of Persia to let them do this. Ezra chapter 1, verse 1 through 5, verse 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing. So the king, the Lord, stirred his heart, and he made an announcement that the Jews were allowed to go back to Jerusalem. But once the people returned to Jerusalem, other things began to take the preeminence in their lives. They got busy with other things and didn't rebuild the house of God. So God sent Haggai to the Jews with a simple message. The message was, build the temple. Haggai 1:1. In the second year of Darius the king, in the 6th month, in the first day of the month, came the word of the Lord by Haggai the prophet unto Zerubbabel the son of Shimei, the governor of Judah, and Joshua the son of Josias, the high priest. But the attitude of the Jews at that time was, it wasn't time to build God's house, is what their attitude was. We see that in Haggai chapter 1 verse 2. Thus speaketh the Lord of the host, saying, this people say, the time is not come, the time that the Lord's house should be built. Their reasoning for this can be referred to in verse 3 and 4, and they were too busy to building their own houses. They were too busy building their own houses. They put doing their own things before the Lord. Their attitude is also made clear in verse 9, where while the Lord's house lies in ruin, every one of them were what? Concerned with their own homes. The message of Haggai is it time to dwell in paneled houses while the temple lies in ruin? Haggai 1:4. Is it time for you, O he, to dwell in your cedar homes, and this house lies in waste? The Lord's challenge to them was to consider their ways. Haggai 1:5 says, now therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Are you considering your ways? Are you considering the things of God, or just the things of yourself? Now, things had not been going well for them. Haggai 1:6 says, he have sown much and bring in little. He eat, but he have not enough. He drink, but he are not filled with drink. He are clothed, but there is no warmth. And he that earneth wages are put into a bag with holes. So even though they were working to build their own homes, doing their own things, and had neglected God's house, did not consider God, they needed to consider their ways, because they were under a curse from God. They were not prospering. They had bags with holes in them. So my friends, consider your ways. Consider your ways. Think about them. No, my friends, do consider your ways. But we're out of time for today, so we'll have to end today's study here. But we will pick up next time right here where we left off. So until then, my friends, do consider your ways.